Hey folks, it's Tuesday, or is it Wednesday? The date is actually for Wednesday, but it's Tuesday for me right now. Let's do today's CSS Battle daily target. And the shape is... well, it's a deconstructed circle, isn't it? So what do we need to do this? I think this is an interesting one. Okay. So let's make the circle as if it were all one piece. Let's start there. Okay, which is a radial gradient, right? I mean, it's a circle, ultimately. And I'm going to use the whole word circle. We can use 1Q, but for now, we'll do circle. Transparent for the radius, which is from here, which is 100, to the middle, which is roughly 200. So it's probably 100 pixels. And then what's this point? This is at 70. So does that mean this is this dark color? 0, 130 pixels. And then transparent again. That's how you get that shape. So what can I do to reuse that circle? So I'm gonna go ahead and do the 1Q thing. I'm gonna stuff this into a custom property. G for gradient is this circle, and I'm gonna say var G. There it is. And then if I put green in the background, now if I move it with background position, which I can do, I can set a 0 minus 100 pixels or something, minus 200, minus 150. That aligns perfectly, but I also need to set either a no repeat, which repeats it not at all, or I can repeat it on an axis where it doesn't make any difference. Repeat -x. All right. So I've got one. I need to cover the rest of it. Right. So to do that, I need another one. I think I need another one. Var -g, and that one's lower. 0. How about 100 pixels? And I'll do a no repeat on that one. And that's too much. 40. 30. How about minus 30? Or is it just a minus 20? There it is. So now I've got it, but I don't have all of it. What if we put green in the middle? Then we get a different view. How about I set a 100 pixels width on that, and then set the X position at 50%. That kind of gets at it. Unfortunately, it leaves this chunk. So that means I need to set a height, maybe 50%, or 100 pixels, or 200 pixels, 220 pixels, 30, 40, 50, 60. So there's my minimum, which sort of helps, but does it? If I push this down more, I've still got a problem that it's hitting. Yeah, so it helps more or less. But I only need the bottom part of it. So what if I do an at? What if I do at 100%? The problem is that when I do that, then the heights of the things that I do are going to change. So what do I do at 50%? 0. So there's 1. It's going to change the math on both of these, right? That's the other part of this. So let's see. If I move the position, I only needed this to be half as big, so how about 130? Okay, but I'm losing this. If I change the position, do I get it for free? Kind of. Okay, so now here's where I think if I change the vertical position, there we go. 4, 5, there we go. 8, 9, and 10. Oh, close. Oh, see that? That's kind of fun and gorgeous. So I'm sort of doing, I've got the same problem again. This time it's not covering enough. So is there a mechanism to so if I change this position, right, I'm at 50% at 0. So is all of this too hard? All of this is kind of too hard. Because I had it kind of working. So I'm going to undo back, 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 back. And then if I add a, let's say, a conic gradient, or even, what else can I do? I want this to be easier, but it's not. This is where the real best players really shine, of reusing on, and I'm just doing this all on the body element, reusing on the HTML and then the body element the same pattern, which maybe is a clue for how I have to solve this. So I want this. Maybe that's my clue. Let's see. Let's go nested template. And we're going to save that background again as a --G. And a semicolon, because we need that. All right. So I'm going to put green on the background. I'm going to set this to be var. Actually, no. I want to set the margins correctly first. And I think I want 0, 150. How what I want? How about -8, 150, or 140, 142. There it is. And on the body, I want to set var g. And it's repeating, obviously, in kind of an astounding way. So I'm going to okay, and then what? Do I need that? I don't think I need that. No, I might need that. All right, so let's set that background position. So it's the vertical that we need to change. -100 pixels. 30, 40, 50, 60. All right, and then a repeat Y. semicolon, and I have an extra semicolon. That's not going to work. No, I want repeat X. That's what I want. There we go. So that's part 1. And then on the background, I want bar dash G. And there it kind of is, but not really. Is this where the at 50% 0 comes in? Maybe. So it's not working on the body, but it is working, or it is working on the body. It's not working on the HTML element for some reason, and I don't know why. Might have my numbers wrong. Oh, because of this position. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to do 0, 0. Great. And then I'm going to set the position on this element to be, there we go. And there's that 130. But unfortunately, it now doesn't cover. Again, because of the same problem. I fell into the same trap. That's hilarious. What if I add red? So that's my next clue. So and then now I'm gonna grommet this spackle. I'm adding duct tape, linear gradient of green, 50%, and then transparent. And I need I've got 2 linear gradient specifications there. That's still good. Great. Okay, and then what happens if I put this color here? Then it works. Is this good? And then I don't need the linear gradient because I've put it all there. Does that do it? I hope that's 100%. So that's the nested template, reuse of the radial gradient. Oh, and even uglier, the back end is telling me that I've got an 88.2% match, which says that this nested template is not getting the job done. So in Chrome, it doesn't work this way at all. So there's your painful lesson about how browsers work. So I'm going to do body there, and then make this the P element, like so. And then I'm going to add a P element, which is really just a simulation of the, and then I'm going to add red to it. And I need margins to create that element, and I need to set a height. That's a lot of things roll at once, but basically I'm replicating the same behavior that I was trying to get with the HTML and the body elements that aren't working for me in Safari and clearly don't work in Chrome, or they're working for me in Safari, but not working on Chromium backend. Okay, let's try that. Still very similar code. Okay. So that's 100% match. So one question I have is, can I put this on the star element? I think that there would be a way, maybe, to do this on the star element. Let's unireplace and minify, and that's the code that I've got here today for this particular puzzle, which is a fun one. And that's just, I'm almost near 700, and I've got 182 characters. I am not one of the best players. This is the proviso. If you're watching this and you're hoping to be to get the solutions that the best players have. No, that's not me. But I do have a lot of fun with these. Lessons. What are the lessons? Well, Safari is not Chromium. Chromium is what the backend processes, and I answered some questions and comments in the past few days around how is the backend doing this. And the best place to look at that is go to CSSBattle.dev itself, the site I'm on, and you can log into the Discord and ask questions all you like to the creators of CSS Battle. Be that as it may, this was fun. This is great. Do I then not need this repeat X? I think. Yeah, I don't think I do. Do I even need 100 view width as the size? No, I don't think I do now. What else don't I need? I don't need this red backup color. Nope, I don't need that. So let's resubmit, and that's an even shorter solution. Any other changes that I can make here to optimize? None that are obvious to me, but I invite you to take a shot at different ways to approach this problem. Go make a webpage, be good to yourself, good to each other, and take care.